Donald Trump just released a new sneaker and it sold out already in a couple of hours. And Fox host had something to say that made him go viral for the very wrong reason. He said black people will now vote for Trump because black people love sneakers. Check it out.
If you want to know what Trump campaign staffers think about you, just watch Fox News, like this weekend when they gushed over Donald Trump's new ploy for money. A limited edition series of gaudy gold $400 Trump sneakers. And like they always do on Fox, somebody said the quiet part out loud on what the big sneaker strategy is really all about.
Even the sneaker thing. I was on social media last night. Very interesting. As you see black support eroding from Joe Biden, this is connecting with black America because they love sneakers. They're into sneakers. They love this is a big deal, certainly in the inner city. So when you have Trump roll out his sneaker line, they're like, wait a minute, this is cool. He's reaching them on a level that defies and is above politics. The culture always trumps politics. And Trump understands culture like no politician I've ever seen.
Oh, I feel like he meant something totally different. You know, context could definitely add value to your words. So he's speaking about culture and how black people love sneakers, but didn't directly say because of the sneakers, black people will now vote for Trump. I mean, you can interpret that to mean different things, but I don't particularly think that's what he said. And with regards to the sneaker, this is not a sneaker you would wear. I wouldn't wear this. I don't think black people would necessarily wear this, but they could keep it in a collection just to say, I own this. I was one of the few to acquire this. But I don't think anybody would necessarily wear this. So, yeah, I get what he was saying. I don't think that was a racist remark. But let's hear the comments from MSNBC.
Seriously? Why didn't I think of this when I ran the RNC? Let's see. Black folks love sneakers, and we can paint them gold. This can't miss. Trust me, it's a big miss. And they ugly as hell. Angela Carson watches a lot of Fox as the president and CEO of Media Matters for America, and he joins me now. $400 kicks? Gold? Are they really this cynical over there at Fox?
Yeah, and this same guy, about a year ago when Trump's mugshot came out, said that black people can, quote, relate to Donald Trump now, and that it was actually going to increase his black support because he had, quote, street cred. This is the same guy.
Yeah.
So in some way, this is not just a one-off. This is part of a pattern.
But that was not false. Black people said in an interview, like, I'm not speculating right now, but black people said, they gave Trump the mug shots. I was even seeing somebody say, free my son, free Trump. So, yeah, in a sense, that is true. He did have street cred, especially since the mug shot. That wouldn't be untrue if he said that. I mean, I'm not siding with any party. I've told you multiple times on this channel, I'm not for or against Trump. I'm for the policies and for the people. But as far as this one, the breakdown, depending on which party you stand, you can definitely take out of context, which is not something I would prefer, you know?
In some way, this is not just a one-off. This is part of a pattern from him and Fox News more broadly.
The mugshot, I guess that works for us too. We're used to seeing Fox do these types of things. We're used to seeing them demonize minorities and sort of play up the sort of racial angle on these things. It gets worse each time, though, seemingly. Their audience really sucks this stuff in and just sort of takes it and goes, this will work. Black people will now follow Donald Trump and because they'll get a pair of sneakers.
Yeah, it's weird because they tend to have it both ways. Most of the time, they're demonizing black people, right? So just a few weeks ago, they actually blamed the 737, the Boeing door that popped out. They blamed that on Boeing allowing too many black people to work on airplanes. That was not just one Fox News show. That was an entire day of Fox News coverage. Amazing. That was an argument that they made, and their audience completely consumed it. And that's a reflection of what they say every day. But then they have these one-offs where they actually get excited about the idea and this false narrative that somehow Trump is capturing, all sorts of people across the country, that it's not just limited to his MAGA support base.
So here's some racist narratives Fox passed along just off the top of my head. Birtherism, Obama phones, migrant caravans stealing jobs. They just had to apologize for a live broadcast showing the guardian angels roughing up a guy they said was a migrant who actually is from the Bronx. What'd I miss?
Most recently, it's claims that they are trying to secretly replace the national anthem. That's a big part of it, that they've been sort of...
Oh, it's because we sing
That's right.
the national black
and it's part of a larger conspiracy to dilute white
Lift
power.
every voice and
That's right.
sing.
It is a huge problem, and they're really worried about this because they've heard it played a lot more regularly, and they think there's some conspiracy going on.
I see, like, I don't be liking all these black thing people always integrate in every news, whether it be for or against it. Because it's kind of like, why are you speaking about black? Then you're categorizing. And when you categorize, it's almost like there's a bias there. Because what bias means is, or bias helps you separate or tell you that this is not the other. So when you start speaking in terms of, oh, black folks and white folks and this, you're categorizing, which you're bringing separation, even though that might not be your intention. So from any side, from MSNBC or from Fox News, I don't like all this. Trump is trying to do this for black people, or Trump is not trying to do this for black people. No, let it just be that Trump is doing this or Trump is not doing this. Period. Right? I thought we were all on the same page from the start. So why? Because they're trying to sound right, but it doesn't sound right to me. And on Fox too, when they start using black folks and culture and all of those things, it still doesn't sound right to me in any ways from both parties.
They tie them into the sort of the larger white genocide great replacement theory, and in sort of the Fox News world, they're actually the henchmen for the great powers, mostly Jewish people that are actually helping bring in all the immigrants. They're helping perpetuate this through their sports and their culture. So those are the two big ones more recently that you've missed at Fox.
Somehow it amazes me that people actually believe that, you know, singing the national black anthem, Lift Every Voice and Sing, is threatening to white life here in America. I want to move on a little bit further into the abyss with the My Pillow guy. He of election denying fame, Mike Lindell, used ads that basically were all over the network, offering $5 million to anyone who could, go out there and disprove his election fraud claims. Well, guess what? He caught the car.
He did.
Someone actually disproved his claims, and now he's doing the backstroke and trying to get a judge to get him off the hook. What's wrong here? And what does that say that he thought he could actually get away with the big lie like that?
I mean, part of it is that he got high on his own supply. I mean, there was he believed to a degree that he could manifest this through enough resources. And why wouldn't he believe that? You know, he was Fox's single largest advertiser for years. And the result of that was just through force of will, he was able to push all kinds of nonsensical conspiracies and chicanery, not just into Fox, but into the right-wing echo chamber. So he had a track record of using his money and his resources to manifest false narratives into reality. And Trump was a conduit for that. So in this instance, he gets out there and says, nobody can prove me wrong, $5 million. And he just assumes that he can bluster and might make his right way through it.
Let's take a little listen of Mr. Lindell.
And the media is all down at that end, just attacking me from around the world. But I'm welcoming it. I want to tell them, hey, we have to get rid of the electronic voting machines that go to paper ballots hand counted. And I do want to say, Steve, My Pillow, thanks all of you. We put our bathrobes on sale, 100% USA Supima cotton.
The grift is always on.
It is.
The grift is always on. No matter how bad it gets, I got a grift. I mean, that seems to be the end game at the end of the day. That, I've got this audience and I'm going to lie to them and they're going to give me cash.
I mean, part of what's happening is that because of what we talked about earlier, they become increasingly less commercially viable because of their extremism. They have to become a closed system, just like Alex Jones, right? He tells people that there's all this estrogen in the water and you have to buy these eye drops to put into your drinks that takes the estrogen out of it. It's a closed system, and the rest of the right-wing media is following suit. Lindell is just one part of that puzzle.
Just one part of it.
Yeah, the media is weird. Is there any Republican that works in MSNBC? On the other hand, is there any liberal that works in Fox News? I don't know, because it's kind of like right-wing, left-wing media. Why? How about media? How about you just report what you're there to report and what is true, rather than building narratives around narratives? Because people don't watch the news anymore because of all of this. People don't watch it anymore. People would rather watch podcasts and listen to other opinion of, from other random people rather than watch the news, because you're saying left-wing, right-wing media. Be the media and report the truth to people. Yeah, it's like everything I just heard, whether it be from them or what they reference from Fox, it's just people creating narratives around what could have just been blend, like this is it. No, they just create a narrative around stuff. Let me know what you think about that video. I'm not really impressed by it. Share your thoughts, smash the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.